Should Florida end all vaccine mandates? On Wednesday, Florida Surgeon General Dr. Joseph Ladapo said, yeah, and we're going to push to do it. A lot of people coming out of COVID-19, I think all reasonable people would say, you know what? The COVID-19 vaccine mandates were jacked up. But obviously, different thing when you have an experimental vaccine versus vaccines that have been in use for school kids, for example, for generations. So Florida, the first state to move in this direction. Now, the first thing to know is that it's not going to happen overnight. All of the childhood vaccines for access to public school, for example, that's codified in Florida law, meaning the legislature would have to act to overturn that in next year's state legislative session. So stay tuned on that. Meanwhile, the governor said he's creating a Make America Healthy Again commission at the state level. It's going to emphasize healthy foods to eat, modeled off of what RFK Jr. is doing federally. But something else to keep in mind, he's talking about parental rights in health. And one of the things a lot of parents don't realize, this ties into the medical establishment and mandates that often come down. Did you know, for example, that only 17% of medical doctors, pediatricians, actually follow guidelines when it comes to handling ADHD diagnoses with children? That's right, 17%. The move is always quickly to just go ahead and put them on prescribed drugs to deal with ADHD. And that is true as young as 3 years old. So there are a lot of things that go back to this overall movement that's taking place in Florida, with vaccines gaining the most attention.